All right. Tie Gently, a name that we got to learn more recently in the 2000s. Like I think 2002, 330 was like the first one we got to read of Tie Gently. Actually no, 644, but that was like before I actually read out the authors' names. And the most recent one we had of Tie Gently was 2548. 2548, which was 2548. Hello Foundation, can you like the weird like blue like almost like spot in the night sky that seems to be some sort of they're trying to communicate. Like they went up there with the rocket and then one of the agents got stuck up there, but then after a while they communicated because like, I think it became part of the system. And Tie Gently also has like the cutest profile picture with the dog here. But Tie Gently, you wrote Laika Sweetheart Space Beacon. Oh, another space one, eh? Another space one. Okay, okay, no problem. Let's see what this one is about, shall we? Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SB2624 is designated to civilian sources as a piece of space debris. All civilians who travel above low Earth orbit are to be interviewed upon landing for evidence of having experienced or seen -1, -2, or -3, and if necessary, given targeted amnestic treatment. For space missions which involve the live transmission to the public of video or audio from the spacecraft, the Foundation is to, through computer-generated imagery or through recreation with actors and models on sound stages, create alternate recordings of the mission in question to be disseminated in the case that the original mission is interfered by -3. And here we have it's a little dog, a mock-up of Laika in her Sputnik 2 capsule. Look at the dog. The dog looks very confused. Description: SB2624 is an artificial satellite of Earth, composed of approximately 60 living dogs assembled in a roughly spherical shape 5 meters in radius around the presumed remnants of Sputnik 2. Each constituent dog appears to be an adult, mixed breed, female, visually identical to Laika, a canine test subject of Sputnik 2 and the first animal to enter the orbit around the Earth. Still crazy that that we send like a dog and an ape into space. Did we send an ape into space? Or was that just movies? Did we send an ape into space? Yes, we did. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta double check. I'd rather be 100% certain with a fact than, you know, be wrong about it and just go about my life. Because like at the end, like, you know, rather relearn a fact and be certain than, you know, we go with the Chinese telephone of a fact and then find out like later on like you were wrong this whole time. Okay, SB2624 was first designated shortly after the launch of Sputnik 2 by the USSR on November 3rd, 1957. Upon reaching orbit, the craft suffered from severe overheating issues that led to Laika's premature death. Oh, that's a shame. At this point, anomalous dogs began to manifest on the exterior of the probe, forming a sphere over several hours. It was only several days later, when the spheroid had fully manifested, that the Foundation was contacted by the leaders of the Soviet space program and notified of the situation's anomalous nature. It is believed that SB2624 was the result of a malfunction with a paratechnological communication system. Oh, 1778, huh? Okay, what is this one? 1778. Yeah, that archival spaceship. Yes. I have a comment on this one. What's the comment? Oh, it's the, yeah. Gotcha. That was a comment. Meant to be clandestinely tested on behalf of Soviet parascientists during Sputnik 2's mission. It is unclear whether the malfunction was a result of Soviet error or of sabotage by United States intelligence agencies. The dogs that compose SB2624 appear to be living, in that they may be observed twitching, panting, and breathing. They do not otherwise move on the surface of SCP-2624. SCP-2624 is capable of ejecting singular dogs at velocities exceeding 10 km per second as propulsion to alter its orbit and counteract orbital decay. It's believed that SCP-2624 anomalously replenishes its population of dogs following propulsion sequences. All attempts to make physical contact with SCP-2624 by any means have resulted in SCP-2624 propelling away from the object in this manner before it can make contact. Subsequent to SCP-2624's manifestation, the following related anomalous effects designated -1 through 3 have been noted. -1, approximately 80% of people who have traveled to space post SCP-2624 have reported intermittently hearing faint noises similar to the sounds of dogs barking. Makes sense. -2, approximately 40% of people who have been traveled to space post SCP-2624 have reported vivid dreams in which a dog or group of dogs visually similar to Laika attempt to explain the workings of unidentified complex machinery to the dreamer. Due to the dog's lack of vocal cords or opposable thumbs, these dreams primarily consist of them destroying the machinery in question with their teeth and while barking incessantly. Well, I mean, they probably still understand how it works, but like, yeah. It's just a shame that they cannot really show what they want, or show or say what they want to say. -3, on at least 3 separate occasions, fully animate dogs identical to Laika have appeared in space or on celestial bodies. These incidents are enumerated in Addendum 1 below. As such, SCP-2624 poses an increasing threat to normalcy as space travel becomes more commonplace. Yeah, I mean, especially because we had so many SCPs that take place in space. This one will definitely be spotted eventually. Proposals to decommission SCP-2624 are under consideration. Addendum, notable -3 occurrences. -3's first known manifestation occurred during the flight of Vostok 1, the first Soviet mission to orbit a manned spacecraft crewed by Yuri Gagarin on April 2nd, 1961. Upon achieving orbit, Gagarin, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, reported seeing a single dog floating just outside the porthole of the Vostok. Gagarin recollected afterwards that the dog placed its paws against the porthole and tapped on it rhythmically while peering within. This continued for several minutes before the dog floated away. The dog's like, let me in, please. A significant -3 manifestation occurred during the Gemini 4 mission launched by the NASA on June 3rd, 1965. During Edward White's spacewalk, a malfunction in his handheld maneuvering unit caused him to be thrown unexpectedly around the spacecraft, impacting the ship's side and stressing the umbilical air tether connecting him to the ship, while White's crewmate James McDivitt attempted to reel him back to the hatch. White reported seeing a dog matching Laika's description in front of him, before feeling a distinct force pushing on his back, maneuvering him towards the hatch of the spacecraft, where White was recovered. The -3 instance was not seen by McDivitt. It is the only known occurrence in which an -3 instance made contact with a human. -3 was next documented by Alan Bean while on the surface of the moon on November 20th, 1969, during the Apollo 12 mission. While on spacewalk, Bean noticed a dog matching Laika's description in the distance, running in a small circle. The dog then ran over to Bean, sitting and looking up at him from several meters away. Bean turned around to verify the location of his crewmate Charles Conrad, but when he turned back, the dog had vanished, leaving no trace. He probably is like thinking like, I must be high. maybe being on the moon has given me some sense of the moon highs. That actually may have manifested on the surface of Earth on February 20th, 2000. Moscow City Police reports finding a dog similar in appearance to Laika whining loudly while lying in front of the grave of Vladimir Yastovsky, a Soviet scientist who led the Sputnik 2 program. No, don't make me sad, man. In Donskoye Cemetery, a police officer attempted to shoot the dog away, but became surrounded by a mob of identical dogs, but come running from elsewhere in the cemetery. All of them like, hey man, just let us breathe for a little bit. Just for a minute. Just let us breathe for a minute. As they barked at the officer, each instance began to hover into the air. After several seconds, all instances vanished in a flash of white light. The incident was picked up by several local news agencies before suppression by the Foundation. I must be getting the cemetery highs. Oh, I was getting the moon highs, and I'm getting the cemetery highs, dude. I just saw this dog. By the way, now that I think about it, what happened to the people who that were stuck in space for a while? I think they're down by now. I'm pretty sure. People stuck in space. Yeah. They returned on Earth on March 18th. Yeah, so there's a while now. I wonder how they feel. Here we go. NASA astronauts opened up about being stuck in space for 9 months. And the first public comments since the dramatic... I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm gonna stop the video here so that, you know,